1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3.
Hi YouTubers, it's Roxanne from Rox's Cards and Craft, bringing you another tutorial. So we're on series 1, episode 4. And I'm building up to making a box card for my uncle's 80th. Yeah, so that's next week. So I don't think he's on my YouTube channel, but not this one anyway, my cousin's would be. This one I'm going to show you how to make other elements using, the pre-bought stickers. But I'm also going to show you how you can do the same thing making your own stickers. So I've just done a whole heap of stickers. I knew what I was going to say, I was just too busy doing everything. And that's a candle, and the beauty with putting them on the acetate is that you can't see it. So you can do anything, balloons, roses, cars. He is a collector of vintage cars, so I'm steering towards the vintage. But what I just did then was, his name's Neil. And why I put that away, I don't know. I've got a glass full of embellishments in here. Okay. His name is Neil. And I made this from the Cricut. My nails. The Cricut collection, a nice little balloon with N-E-I-L, his name. So I'll show you how to do that. I've just used, because it's just an indoor card, it's not going to be outdoors, I've just used good old-fashioned book covering contact. See, I've got all sorts. I'm just making a whole heap. I found using these nice words too, like happy birthday. So yeah, knock yourself. Alright, I'm in Cricut Craft Room and I want to achieve the Neil balloons. So I'm using, in a font cartridge, I'm using a Child's Year, that's one of my cartridges, and the creative feature on that cartridge is the monogram. So with your caps lock on, just go N-E-I-L in this example. It could be Pear, it could be Sue, it could be Joe. Go up to your aspect ratio, keep it locked, highlight the height, and I want the height at 2.5. Now while that's highlighted, I want to make a copy, unclick, and then paste. I'm going to do one colour in black and the other colour I'm going to layer it. It's not going to be a shadow, which pretty much defeats the purpose. I don't know why I have to do it twice, but I'm going to. You could possibly do a shadow by making that a little bit bigger and then, ungrouping those, putting those on another layer, cut, but we're going into a whole new section, and then you could have a layer. Yeah, that would still work. So you'd have a bit of the black showing. So you could do that, but that's not what this video is about today. So I'll just go back and redo all that. Make sure that they're grouped. Yep. And they're grouped. Yep. Now there are two ways of weeding Neil. I'll just call it Neil. There's two ways of weeding Neil when it's been cut out on the vinyl. The first way is to, say if you've got a 6x6 piece of vinyl and that Neil only takes up half of it, you've wasted all this. You could just get an X-Acto knife and a ruler and cut that across when it's being cut. Easy. I'll show you how to do that when I cut it. Another way is to go into your images, type in the word square, get a square and put it there. I want that square just to touch, get the corner and drag that across and drag that down so that no parts of the outside will be cut, because we're using the negative in this, so all we'll be doing is weeding the N, the E, the I, the L and that little shadow. Yes, we want those to be welded. Highlight all of those and group them. So we'll put that in the top right corner and this example in the top left hand corner. When we go to my Cricut, my blade is set at 2.5 and the pressure is at medium, but always do a test cut because it really depends on how new or old your blade is. Alright, we'll come back with after we've cut it. Okay, so I've just cut out the vinyl to give you the two examples. Now, for this one I haven't cut anything around it, so we're going to need the X-Acto knife and the ruler. For this one I have cut the square around it, so I'm going to show you how you'd weed that. So weeding is basically just, now remember I don't have a light. So first off, kiss cut is, I should be able to pick all that up and it won't come apart from the backing. But what weeding is, now remember, I think I just said that, remember I do not have a light. So I'm just going to bring this a bit closer to me, so I've turned it around and get my pick, and I just want to get the bits out from the letters and what appears to be like, supposed to be a shadow of a balloon. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And because I've cut a square around it, all I want to do is get the outside of that, and then you're left with your shape. So that's one method of weeding. Now the balloons are here on this section, just so you can, I can see them, but just so you can see them, right? So you get your ruler and your knife, and cut that so that you can take a bit off that hasn't been cut on and you're saving it. And then all you'll have to do is pick up the outside to the bits that we don't need. Weed that off and you're left once again with your design. Just grab the rest of the little bits that I don't want out. Alrighty, so what I normally do, I only deal with, I don't deal with big signs at the moment, so I don't really bother buying transfer tape. But I do a bit of European scrapbooking, and I was first put on to this Scotch matte finish removable tape, but I also found this invisible tape. If you wanted to use normal sticky tape, I suggest, it is way too sticky, I would suggest you just get rid of the stickiness by either putting it on your skin or a bit of material so that's not too sticky. Let's see how that works. Now by burnishing the design, it's all about the heat of your fingers helping it to come up like that. And there you have, that's just using plain sticky tape. Alright, I've got my acetate ready down here, so we're going to put that straight onto the acetate, give it a good burnish so it transfers onto the acetate, and that's how easy it is. So I've got the N, put that over the edge a bit. Doesn't matter. Yours will be better. I just put it, it just went over the edge a bit, but that's fine. Now let's use the invisible tape. The invisible tape is not as sticky as sticky tape, but with every use it gets less sticky. So you don't have to move it onto your skin, just burnish it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put that on top of this M. And that's how you would layer vinyl if you had layers. It's like layering cardstock, very simple. Let's get that off. And voila, you have just transferred your vinyl onto the black. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of those, but I will fast forward it. In this next section, I'm going to show you how to use the pre-bought stickers, where I've put the words onto acetate. And there's a couple of ways we can do this. This birthday is just a single use sticker, but this candle and other images, they have a negative image that leaves behind once you bring it off. So let's move that aside and just concentrate on the candle. And we'll use this one. So it's easy enough if you just pull them off like that. Put that in the middle so it doesn't bow down. And stick that on the acetate. Nice and easy. But for this image, get some tape. I'm using the invisible tape. Now there's two ways that I do this, and I've just discovered a better way than doing this, but if you didn't have a dryer, which I'll use in a minute, just put the tape over and burnish it with your thumb. Now the heat from your thumb helps release and melt the sticky so that it pops up off its backing a lot easier. But in this method you will still need to use, this is a lot slower. The burnishing basically doesn't do anything. It does a little bit, but you just prompt it up this way. Get your picking tool and just prop it up, and it sticks onto the sticky tape. And that's better than going one piece at a time and wondering if you've put it in the right place. Okay. That over to your acetate. Burnish that down. And that should come off nice and easy. You should be able to use that tape again. The second way I'm going to show you is lifting up this one again. And putting that there. Nice and easy. But the second method I'm going to show you on heating with your dryer instead of burnishing. You just want to heat the image for about 30 seconds. Grab that piece of sticky again. Actually, just in case, I'll get a new one. Put that over, burnish it down. With a bit of luck, it all just lifts off. It does. That just lifts off. Get your tool, prompt that up. It's much easier than the first method. Takes a couple of practices, and there you have it. Nice and easy. And when it cools down again, it will stick fine. So then cut across, a bigger pair of scissors. And then cut your image, slant your scissors to cut as close as you can to the outline of the candle, the outline to any image you are going to use. and then straight down, and then you've got your floating candle. The same thing with this silver happy birthday. Just lift that up. Basically so on and so forth. I'll just speed this up. There you have your happy. I'll just go along and cut all those candles out later, and you can do that with any image.